well, look, I'm the victim. I wasn't actually the witness, but you should know this already. He didn't explain who he was, and I thought it was a very suspect phone call.
Yeah, how'd they get your number?
And they didn't block the number. And they fucking phoned the same. I found out later that it was Detective Webley and Detective Clark. But I said, well, but why are you phoning me up at 12:15 asking me the same questions I've already given, asking me for information that I've already given? And I got at midnight, and I found out that the next day that they phoned the witness, who's a single mum, at the same time. After they spoke to me, they phoned her up and left a garbled message on her answer phone because she didn't answer the phone. And she thought it was the gang trying to find out, because they were asking quite pertinent questions about, the description. Did you get a description of the people?
How did they get the numbers though?
The police.
No, you said that it was weird that these people rang.
It was weird. And I said, well, so anyway, I phoned up. I ended up speaking to someone that knew about the case the next day, and they said, personally, I wouldn't have done it the way that he would have done it, that he done it. And he made up some sort of, he said something about pace. And I said, yeah, but pace is the rights of the criminal being arrested, and you've got to, they're held for 24 hours. It's a 24-hour window. Now, if their 24-hour window was running out at 12:15, why the fuck didn't they phone us up earlier at a more sociable hour, asking the lead? I don't understand why they had to phone at 12:15 when they had a 24-hour window. Either side of that, I don't understand. And not heard a single thing from the police since.
Well, when you asked them, when you asked them, didn't they have anything to say to you? When you said, why are you calling at this time of night, didn't they have anything for you?
Yeah, they said something along the lines of, we just want to confirm some of the information. And I said, well, wait, why are you phoning? Why don't you speak to the original officer that took my statement? And he goes, yeah, we can't get hold of him. And I said, oh, well, I don't fucking, it doesn't surprise me, seeing as you're calling me at 12:15. Why would you, I don't understand.
So that means that they haven't actually written it up. They haven't collated the information so it can be accessed.
Well,
so the
I don't know.
Who they can't get, who's got all the information. So they're ringing you again. It's like, why bother?
Anyway, I wasn't happy, and I spoke to some sergeant, and he said, look, personally, I wouldn't have done it that way, but we do work a 24-hour service. I said, yeah, but I still don't understand why you would be calling a single mother at 12:15 asking such relevant information, or asking information that has already been given out. And he got the logs, and I saw him reading out the logs. And he goes, yeah, it was a phone call made at 11:30. He says, yeah, that was the first one. They don't no mention of the 12:15 one. But even 11:30 is an unsociable hour.
Yeah.
I you still haven't given me a reasonable explanation. And he goes, I don't understand where this animosity is coming from. And that, right, whoa, fucking hell, animosity, you haven't got me started yet. And since then, not a dicky bird. They haven't actually spoken to Laurie, who was the witness. They haven't got a proper...
I bet after you did that, they went, right, fuck him then, put you right at the bottom. Bet you. If he's going to take umbrage at you saying, why are you calling me at this outrageous hour? And he takes umbrage at it as a copper, he's going to put you at the bottom of the list or in the don't give a fuck pile.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's just rank amateur fucking detective work. And I was like, yeah, fucking hell, man. Me, Mark, and Neil do much better detective work on a fucking Monday night. These guys. So, unbelievable.
Crazy. Turn your speakers down a little bit, Yusuf. I keep getting feedback. Every time we speak loudly, you can hear it on his side.
I
So
like
yeah, I
that.
spoke.
Jesus.
I spoke to the woman, my neighbour, that saw it all, and I said, "Have the police got back to you yet?" And she goes, "No," which I
Damn.
find very strange. Right, let's try you at 60. Right, give us a sound check, gentlemen.
Hi.
Testing.
Testing.
Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3.
Testing.
Yeah, any
1 2
feedback?
3. Testing 1 2 3. A little bit. I can hear me speaking on your speakers.
Yeah, I can kind of hear you a bit, Neil.
Yeah, listen, watch. Oh, that's better. Much better. Ah.
Ah, wah, wah.
Ah, wah, wah, wah. That's much better. Look at that. Brilliant.
Okay.
Thank you. I'm going to start streaming. We're streaming now already. We got 1 viewer.
Are you started already?
Yeah.
I'm stuffing my face.
It's all right.
What's the name of the viewer?
Are you on the Twitch channel?
Mm-mm. No.
Then you won't see the chat.
Name
or
of the
the
viewer.
Yeah.
I think it's Ghost.
If he asks a question, direct it to me.
Yeah, Ghost Bean
Also-
is me.
Your
If you ask a
Ghosty
question, put a reference as to what the question was about or the whatever, because there's a delay, time delay. You go, when I said what? What did I say?
Aye. Yeah, you're watching. Cool. I'm gonna start. I'm gonna advertise it on another server now. So you ready to play, boys? We're gonna have a recap.
Did you read The Nameless Cults last week?
I think it was the Nameless Cults.
I think it started after we found out about the amulet of great significance, and then. Oh, that's right. It was last week because you got that affliction.
Mm-hmm.
Last week, Devon
Hold
tried
on.
to read The Nameless Cults,
I'm gonna
and
advertise it
he went a
first.
bit doolally. But after rest, we decided to look for more secret passages. We played croquet while Devon rested. We geared up with the holdfast bar, the crowbar, and some holy water. In the meantime, Devon's affliction was an obsession with words. Often the last word in a sentence, but not to the point of total distraction. He could still operate. Poor man. But after resting and eating for a few hours, we were then able to do some exploring, but finding nothing. Nothing but the knowledge that there was a secret walkway along the roof, linking Belvedere's old room and top floor of the East Tower via the roof itself, a ledge of planks.
It wasn't a secret walkway.
We had to look for it. We had to use spot hidden. That makes it seem hidden in some way. Therefore, not wanted that everyone can see it. Therefore, secret.
Well, it wasn't obvious.
No, it wasn't obvious.
You may have had to have looked for it, but it wasn't secret.
Law. Slightly hidden.
Well,
There was a slightly hidden walkway along the roof, linking Belvedere's old room and the top floor of the East Tower via the roof itself. A ledge of planks, which had become deteriorated over time and therefore blocking our immediate way to get to the other side. The next thing was to go to London. We realized that we had to find somebody at the library, the British Library, that might have some information regarding the Choo Choo tribe. We then retired for the night, and the next morning at breakfast showed us the paper, and something not quite right may have happened or arrived in Thirsk itself. A murder. A murder. It was a murder and a robbery. We,
Moira.
myself and Devon, put two and two together and realized that the murder and robbery was probably committed by the same person, this being the gem carrier, likely to be their actual suspect, Peter Davis. Dun, 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 music. So, off to Thirsk via the village's pub and Constable Croker. In the pub, we meet a Lady Claire Hetherington, who is also here for the auction. She is also an art dealer, sort of, and we use the opportunity to ask her if she is aware of any art on the subject matter of Albrecht Marxrammer. It's not a good result, and after handing details of contacts for us, because Devon seemed to feel that she would need our help in the not-too-distant future, so we gave details to both of us and wished her a merry venture, and off we went. As we arrived at the exit of the aforesaid inn, pub, place of retirement and drinking, the credits slapped us soundly in the face.
Soundly.
Yeah, that's kind of where we got to.
And where were we? In the pub.
Pub.
On our way
Yeah,
to.
Or in the
Had to leave and head to Constable Croker's.
just a side note there, Lady Hetherington did not say that she was an art dealer, and I don't know where you got that information from. She's not an art dealer.
Got that information from you. Not
No.
on art dealer as such, then, perhaps. I just wrote that for quick, but she's interested in art. That was enough.
Yeah.
That is true.
She was interested in a specific book on the in the auction that comes under art. She's after lot 535, which is actually under historical and biographical works.
What's that, the book?
Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah. One of the historical and biographical works of the catalogue of the auction.
Yeah. No interest to us.
Anyway, she wasn't able to help us and we were leaving.
Aren't we headed somewhere?
She offered to help you.
I don't remember that.
No, I don't remember that.
What did you just say about her then, Mark?
Okay. Devon did a prediction. Remember he did that tea leaves thing. Maybe I should have actually
Oh, yeah.
actually used that as to that's why he knew that she would be needing our help in the nearby future.
Yeah.
Or not too distant future.
There's a storm brewing outside my window.
Is there? Not here yet.
Yeah. You not hear the thunder?
Nope.
Yeah. That was some thunder a moment ago. Anyway.
Mm. Where were we headed?
As I said,
You're on your way to the police station.
yes, thank you, Newsom.
To do what? Karate.
Mouthful.
Yeah, you're off.
Sorry.
Station to do
We're
karate.
going to Constable Croker with our detective to inform him of where we are and the situation and what we believe is happening, so he's up to speed, and then we were going to go to Thirsk by train.
That's right. I remember now. Officer?
Hold on, let me just get to the right page. And then I need to go to the toilet, so murmur amongst yourselves for a moment.
Will do.
Let's get to the right.
Okay, my wife has left the room now, and we can speak freely.
Oh.
You should have heard what she was coming out with. Right, babe, we're actually live streaming. She went, I know. Good job I was already muted.
Oh.
Because if there were young listeners, you know, there'd be complaints.
Did she really come in?
Into the room, yeah. As soon as she opened the door, mate, I was all over my picture and mute.
Nice. She's telling you off.
No, looking for something.
Some jiggy jiggy.
Yeah, so you didn't hear me saying, no, baby,
Yeah.
no jiggy jiggy.
Role play tonight.
Gamey.
Yeah.
Gamey at the moment. The only jiggy jiggy is dice jiggy jiggy. All buttons.
55.
I'm muting again because I'm eating, so I don't want people to be hearing that.
Sure.
Okay, on your way out of the pub, make spot hidden rolls.
15.
Thank goodness. I seem to be looking in a completely different direction.
Damn. So that, what's 15? What's 76?
15s is 75. So you're at 14s. One look will make it extreme, but I'm sure a hard will do. Hard is pretty
hard
good.
is fair enough.
For no.
Yeah, we'll do.
Where am I going to put this?
You could put it up in front of your screen. That would be kind of perfect.
Like that?
That's it. Yeah, like that. That's
Well,
perfect.
that's much better.
Oh, that's it. Bang on.
Oh, damn.
I keep seeing this sort of
Gremlin.
like face.
Like a troll.
Perfect.
Huh.
Perfect. Yeah, joking aside, no, that won't do. Suspend it. Get some jury rig, sort of like, you know,
Enough magic points to
blue tack,
cast levitate.
drawing pins, and just hang it from the ceiling in front of your head.
Done.
Hold on.
That's perfect. You only have to turn your head to the left and the right, and you'll see it. Oh man, that's going to make a dent.
Cool.
Well, you read it from there, right?
It's going to look like you're reading from captions.
Auto cue.
The government will be moving forward from now on in a straight line
Towards the future.
towards the distant sort of hours of a future date.
That was fine.
Yeah, it's all right for us.
Yeah.
How about to your right on the radiator?
That's better.
There's something leaning on the radiator that would stop it from dropping. Yeah.
I'll do.
Just raise your screen a bit so we can't see the bottom of your elbows. There we go. Perfect. Yeah, I saw that. Wanker.
Oh, yeah. The camera's very sensitive. It spots everything.
And I can
Picks
see
up
that
every-
much. I can see that much of your paper near your chest. See that?
See
Yeah.
that?
See
Yeah.
that? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Ugh.
Can see that. Sorry, children. See that. Sorry, the boys and girls.
Children watching this.
You never know.
8-year-olds love Cthulhu. They can't get enough of it. Speaking of which, Underwater was good fun.
Oh yeah, you enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's alright, isn't it? Film underwater.
I'll tell you who's in it. You know the guy from the bar in Deadpool who helps choose his name.
Oh
Deadpool.
yes, him.
It's got good delivery. I
saw-
like his delivery. It's got a very unique delivery.
I remember
It's
now.
kind of dry, sarcastic, and all sorts going on at once.
Yeah.
It's good.
It's good.
Last film I saw, which is pretty good, was called A Dark Song. Recommend it. I recommend watching that if you like. It's like I suppose you could label it under horror, but it's not really horror. It's more supernatural, I guess. But it's about a damaged occultist and a grieving mother. They're the only two. They're the only two characters in the film.
Wow. He's muted. Mark's
British
muted.
film, very good. Very good. Like set in a house. It's good. It's good. It's different.
Cool. Anyway, we're at a police station. Mark, you're muted.
So as you're leaving the inn, you notice a man sitting on his own in the pub. That doesn't look like a local. He seems to be checking everyone that goes in and out of the building.
Mark, you're muted, by the way.
With hawk-like eyes.
I, of course, don't know this because it's you that's seen it.
I say, Tulip, look at that man there. He's checking everyone out. Never seen him before.
I'll just pause to adjust the hemline of my dress just to pull some fluff off at the bottom and have a look surreptitiously across my arm in the and let's see, have a look at what he's wearing.
Seems to be around about 50 years old. Hawkish eyes, scanning everyone in the pub.
Specifically, is he wearing a raincoat?
Sitting on his own. No, he's not wearing a raincoat. He's wearing a suit.
Does he have a raincoat nearby or any kind of long jacket? Because we might be. Oh my, might we be looking at Mr. Davis?
The name's Davy, not Davis.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, no, he's not wearing a raincoat. He's just
You're
wearing
right,
a suit.
Kevin. It was Davy.
Middle class attire.
Interesting.
I turn to you while I'm doing something with my lapel here and asking you to check it. I'm asking you to look. Could you just look at this lapel here? It
Well, of
kind of
course.
doesn't look straight.
Yeah,
And then
sure.
as you lean in, I'll whisper into your ear, shall we find a reason to go back to the bar or shall we wait outside and wait for him? What do you think, Devon?
What, now we could ask who he is at the bar? We can ask who he is at the bar, you mean?
They won't know. They'll just say he's a stranger like we are. They won't know him. Doesn't look like he's from round here.
You're right. Why don't you go up and ask him his business?
I do declare this is not hanging right.
Maybe that man in the corner can help you, Tulip.
He doesn't look like a fashionista to me.
Well, I don't know. I don't see why we're interested in him, really.
Right, Yusuf, quick question. I may not have written down the full description of what we have for this Mr. Davis, but it might be on a piece of information. Can I have the time to have a look for it?
Yeah, it'll be on one of the handouts.
Exactly. And I think I found it.
It's the first
Okay.
one, isn't it? 30 years old, tall, dark-haired man.
30 years old.
Mm-hmm. Ford Model T, registration number RGX323 is missing.
This guy that looks more like 50,
Man.
this guy that looks more like 50.
Yeah. I'm just going to go up
This
to him.
guy. I'm going to punch the screen, and it's
He
going to
said
be
yes.
horrible.
He said yes twice. But he's...
Yeah, and then you spoke. And does this 50-year-old guy look really fucking haggardly 50 years old? Like he might be 30 and is looking really drained.
Make a spot hidden roll.
Fucking 3%. Neil, that never happens when I really want it.
Don't forget the ticket.
No, he doesn't look haggard at all, this guy.
So I step up to him, look him in the eye. I say, you here for the...
Step up to him and look him in the eye.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I say, you here for the auction as well, then? You don't seem to be from around here.
Are you local? Or not local? This is a local shop for local people. There's nothing for you here.
I can't.
I can't. Could I have a can of Coke? I can't. Brilliant. Just brilliant. 11:1, 11:2, 11:12.
Hello, Dave.
Hello, Dave.
Hello, Dave. You're my wife
Dev
now.
there? Is Dev there? Hello, is Dev there? Hello, Dave. You're my wife.
He looks at you and sort of smiles and he goes, why, indeed I am. Here for the auction.
Interesting.
So,
What about yourselves? He says.
We might well
Sitting
be.
upright again.
I didn't go there. I'm at the door fiddling with my lapels.
Mm-hmm.
Must be here for you.
I didn't catch a word of that.
Yeah, Yusuf.
Indeed, I am here for the auction. I presume you and your companion are too. He
That's
says,
right.
nodding at you.
Yeah, we're here for the auction. What do you think of the place, by the way? This little quaint little village.
Right, I guess.
It's alright, you guess. Where are you from, by the way?
You definitely don't sound like you're from here. You sound like you're from another time.
He doesn't smile and laugh at that. Let's see.
Expressions.
A North English. He's got a North English accent. Could be a Yorkshire accent. Make a own language roll. 7.
34.
That's a hard.
That's
What?
hard. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely got a Midland accent.
Oh, Midlands. That's not Northern, so Midlands. That's more my native sound.
Would you call Yorkshire York? Would you call York Midlands?
Oh my God, no, 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 no! Please don't say that again, especially with Lizzie walking into the room.
Huh.
I'm only asking.
No,
Would
it's
you
not.
call
It's not. It's just not. And yeah,
not what?
Big penis.
I'm so sorry to all of the 8-year-old viewers that we have. Little Johnny and little Susan and yeah, just give me a second to mute.
Who's at the door?
Coming back in again, or I'll fucking do you. Hi, folks.
So, would you? Is York a Midland or a Northern town?
Okay.
Still none the wiser.
No, don't ever even suggest that ever again, or you will have the wrath of every northerner looking down on you. Once you've got past somewhere like Coventry, Nottingham, and even Nottingham don't like the fact that they are classed as Midlanders.
Wow.
Because they've got a much northern sounding sound than Midlanders do.
Here's me not giving a shit about my accent.
So, York is not a Midland town, nor is it a Northern town.
Oh my God, yes, I just said it is not a Midland town. It is very much, definitely a northern town.
Okay.
Don't ever get that
Right.
one again. Okay, you might have missed some syllables, but just to restate it, York is in the north,
Right.
making them northerners.
Anyway, I ask him.
If you actually watch Game of Thrones, you'll notice they go, the king in the north. Do you know what? They sound like northerners for a reason.
What's
'Cause
that
they're
got to do
northerners.
with York?
Because they sound like people from York. He says, looking at your little picture and not there. He sounds like he's from York. They all sound like they're from York and
Is it?
Yorkshire.
I thought they're from
All of
Newcastle.
those northern sounding geezers in Game of Thrones are that rather than Lancashire, because that's got a little bit of a weird sound to it. So yeah,
So is York in
York.
Lancashire?
not Midlands.
Is York in Lancashire then, or
No,
it's above it?
York's in Yorkshire.
it's in Yorkshire. Lancashire is Lancashire. Okay, so Lancashire's got Blackpool, Manchester. Yorkshire has got
Well, Manchester
York
sounds
and
northern. And you're
Leeds.
saying it's not northern now.
Lancashire is northwest,
Hold on,
and
Neil, repeat
Yorkshire is.
that, because
You said
You say-
Lancashire is not northern, but Manchester's in
no,
Lancashire.
I never said it's not northern. I said it's not Yorkshire. And I said that it doesn't sound like a Yorkshire accent.
What's
It
this?
sounds different, but it is in the north.
Brilliant. So what's this got to do with this fella sitting at the bar?
Because he's talking about he's got an accent that he's trying to pinpoint down. He's asking if York has a Midland accent. I'm
So-
trying to make it really clear.
It's a northern
It does
accent.
not.
No, he's
I'll
got
do
a-
me
he's-
I'll do me Leicester accent. This is a Leicester accent. It sounds dead lazy, and you end your words like you'd say chimney and aviar and diar. You go to the shops.
Like the slave in plebs that likes cheese.
Okay, if you say so. Whatever
Never
works.
seen plebs.
No.
No, But if that works for you, do ya?
Well, this guy sounds like he's got a northern accent.
Okay.
Oh, okay. He's not from the Midlands.
So I say to him, so what in particular are you looking for in this auction? What boat you all the way? Well, not all the way, obviously. You got a northern accent yourself.
Oh, well, actually, I'm not particularly interested in. I'm not here to buy. I'm just here to observe.
All right, interesting. For who?
It's been
Yourself?
a while, so I'll sidle over now.
You're here to observe for yourself or someone else?
A bit of both, I guess.
You represent
Mr.
someone.
Devon, would you
Mr.
mind introducing me to your new friend?
For sure. Well, this is a Tulip. And I'm
Hi.
Devon. Pleasure to meet you.
Pleased to make your acquaintance. My name's Crown, Stanley Crown.
Stanley Crown, huh?
Pleasure to meet you, Mr. Stanley Crown.
You don't represent the Crown, do you?
No.
I'll assume my friend has already asked whether you're here for the auction.
I did. He said he's here to watch.
Yes, quite.
What are you watching out for, Mr. Crown?
Think that takes my interest.
I believe that sounds even more. Intriguing than you just coming along to the auction like everybody else. Are you an intriguing man, Mr. Crown? I'm not deliberately trying to charm, by the way. Not. I'm just trying to be amicable and nice.
Okay, I sort of missed most of that because Jeanette was distracting me.
I said to him, would you be a man of intrigue, Mr. Crown?
Maybe.
Oh, how intriguing.
Very well.
A stifled laugh. And, well, I guess we shall see you over the next few days. We have further business to attend to. Come, Devon. I think it's time for us to go.
That's right.
Leave this gentleman in peace with all of his intrigue.
Good day to you both, then.
Good
Bye
day
for
to you
now.
yourself, then, Mr. Crown. Turn and walk away. Good day to you both, then. So that's good.
What?
What did he mean by that? As I walk away, I'm thinking, what did he mean by that? Okay, see you then. See you both then. Or was it? See you
Good
both
day
then.
to you both, then.
Good
Good day to you both, then, he said.
Good day to you both then. What did he mean? Walking out.
I get in the car.
Follow him. I'm not in a daze.
Okay.
Is the inspector with us, I take it? Well, he
Dutch
must-
guy. Tinbergen, yes,
Yeah.
he is with you. I keep forgetting he's with you. You keep forgetting he's with you as well. He's very, blends into the shadows.
I hadn't forgotten.
I hadn't either.
Hence me asking and saying, I take it he's there then. An intriguing man.
Strange.
Yes, very suspicious, if you ask me, says Tinbergen.
You said he was here to watch.
I think his words were observe.
Observe. Oh no, that's something else. That has motive, that has an agenda.
He did say he was
One
here for the
watch.
auction.
One can look around and watch the birds with no agenda. But if you're observing the birds, you're doing it for a reason. You have an agenda.
We all have an agenda at this auction.
I
too.
agree with you, Mr. Bergen. Suspicious.
We all have an agenda there.
One word, Tinbergen. Tinbergen is one word.
Oh, yes. Sorry, I keep forgetting that.
Mr. Tinbergen.
I obviously said Tim Bergen.
But Tulip, he's here. He said he's here to observe the auction. What's so sinister about that?
I would say, who has he come to observe buying what? I think that's the question.
Maybe.
There's going to be a lot of interested parties, obviously, and all those interested parties are going to know what these books are about. They all going to kind of know that it's a oogie boogie going on, and that might create an interest of a different kind from certain other sources, organizations, individuals, privateers.
Mm-hmm. You might be right.
On approaching the police, the constable's office, the police, hardly a police station. It's very small to be called
Yeah,
a
the
police
shack.
station.
You say it was like a wooden hut, like at the bottom of the garden.
It's a very small police station in Sleepmore. You notice that there's a nondescript car parked outside the police station as you approach.
What would be classed as nondescript for that time and age?
Nothing fancy, more
Box
built for purpose rather than.
Box
If it was in the
Model T.
if it was in the equivalent of a Ford Granada or something like that in the 1920s.
All right.
Boring, nondescript car, nothing fancy.
To be honest, a Model T would fit that description because he made so.
Yeah, but I don't know how many Model Ts were in England.
Millions were made, mate. I mean, millions. It was the most produced car, the first affordable car. I wouldn't doubt that the first cars were brought over to England from there, and they were all Model Ts.
All right, we'll go for that. Okay, so it's a Model T then.
Yeah.
The one we're looking for.
But have you got a number plate of the one you're?
Yeah, 323.
Yeah.
RGX.
And it's not that.
No.
Not that.
Well, we get out and we head towards the police station. We knock on
Parked outside.
Yeah, we get her in. Ching-a-ding-a-ding.
Make a listen roll as you just before you the door.
8%.
17. Damn.
Okay,
Oh,
you
8% is an extreme, mate.
Oh, nice.
you hear a couple of men speaking inside.
One of them being Constable Croker,
Yes.
whose voice I know. So can I work out what's being said with that role?
Okay, the voice you don't recognise says, in an English accent, yes, I'd very much like to speak to these individuals you're talking about, Constable. They seem to be very interesting characters.
They're talking about us, Devon.
Right.
Right now.
Guard yourself to it.
But let's go in.
Okay, you enter the surprisingly small, and you see kind of sitting at his desk. Sitting opposite him is about 40-year-old man wearing. Despite the fact that he's sitting down, you notice that he's tall and dark, with large brown eyes that swivel towards you as you enter the office.
Tall and dark, you said.
Croker goes, "Bye, speak of the devils."
Huh.
And does this
Good morning, Miss Jones, Miss Croker. Bayek, speak of the devils. Good morning, Miss Jones, Mr. Langdon.
Morning.
Constable Croker, it's good to see you today. As I look at this guy,
Hands up.
wearing, you know what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the raincoat and a suit, and he's fitting the description so far of Davis. You said brown eyes, did you say?
Yeah, dark. He's tall and dark, large brown eyes. About late 30s. Yes, he's wearing a Macintosh.
Suspicious.
And he stands up. He stands up. Looks at you two. Croker, Sergeant Constable Croker says, "Inspector Webley, these are Jones and Devon Langdon." And introduces you. Inspector Webley, this is Tulip Jones and Devon Langdon.
Inspector Webley?
Yep.
Seriously, Yusuf, is that what the character's real name? Or have you taken that from?
Clive Webley.
Is that the same name as the copper that interviewed you?
No.
Oh, you realised that was an Inspector Webley when you were talking about the car earlier on. And I almost said, oh no, not Webley.
No, it's not the same name as the guy that's the real policeman that I spoke to.
Yes, it is. You mentioned both of those inspectors' names when you were talking about it, and you said to them, well, why don't you know what's going on? Oh, we tried to get in contact with the guy, but we can't get hold of him. So they had to ask you all the same questions again. And you said Webley.
Let me just double check that, because that's kind of spooky.
It is spooky. That's what I'm trying to say.
Let's see what he comes back with.
God knows what that looked like.
Like a squid trying to fuck me.
Didn't you clock it? Neil?
No, I didn't. Didn't notice it.
And if he comes back and he says, oh, it's not Webley, it was Wembley.
Yeah, still similar.
That's way too similar for my ears. I'm pretty certain he said Webley.
Detective on the case of the catalytic converters is called Chapman.
And the other guy?
He's got a back.
I can't remember. I might have said Webley. It might have been subconscious.
Okay.
Funny. Very funny. I was all over that shit.
It gets cold.
Right, okay.
I extend my hand to shake it.
Inspector Webley. Yeah, after whoever he offers first, we'll shake his hand.
And we've got Tim Burgeon with us as well, haven't we?
Yeah, to introduce, but give us a second, Yusuf. And he's not there anyway.
I'm going for a quick wee, and I'm going to make a coffee. I'll be right back.
Push it. For the
Push
benefit of the viewers, I'm going to mute myself so I don't come out with loads of crap.
Okay.
Oh,
Can I quickly ask, is it worth me looking in my notes for that name, or is it worth looking in the information on the handouts for that name, Inspector Webley? Because obviously it's seriously ringing bells, especially when you subliminally threw it in there earlier on. That was weird. I nearly said, "Oh no, not Inspector Webley," and you would have gone, "What? What? Do you know him?" That would have been the gag. I decided against it and thought, "No, don't interrupt Yusef. Let him finish his story. Stop trying to be a comedian."
no, it's not worth looking up your notes.
Brilliant. Okay, cool. Thank you. Oh boy.
And he
Yes.
holds out his hand. Yes, Inspector Webley, Metropolitan Leeds. Metropolitan
Delighted to
Police
meet you,
Leeds.
sir. Leeds. Delighted to meet you, sir. My
Oh,
name
his Leeds away from war.
not far. I used to drive from York to Leeds when I was rehearsing there. One of my last, actually, probably the last play I performed back in 2006.
Right.
So, and it took about 45 minutes, 50 minutes drive in a quick car along the motorway. The A6, I want to say 69, of course I do. I can't remember, 63, 62. So back then it would have taken longer, so just double it. It's like a good 3-hour journey. If you can get along for about 30 miles an hour for long enough.
I spilled some coke.
Fair enough. Right, so he's from York. He's actually from York. Oh no, Leeds. Nice. Oh, hold on. Stanley Crown, you said, sounded like he was from York or Yorkshire. Did you say?
Northern accent.
Right, you just said northern.
Fuck, it's frozen.
You are. Inspector.
So to finish the introductions. Yes, my name is Tulip Jones. This is Devin Langdon Bourne, and on my left is Detective Inspector Pete Timbergen of the Dutch Police. All shake hands,
Interesting.
hellos.
Has there been anything strange happening around here? Detective?
Why would you be? Well, we know, don't we?
We had no
What do you mean,
murder.
apart from the dismemberment of St. John Belvedere and
Anything more?
no, what's his name? St. John de Winter.
Yes, I'm thinking more
Apart from the
recent.
dismemberment of St. John de Winter, not yet.
Sorry. After he said, I thought I might be able to work it out. But after you said the dismemberment of De Winter and Belvedere, I kind of missed what he said.
Yeah, no, I was correcting myself because he didn't say Belvedere.
Oh,
Because De Winter was the one that dismembered, not Belvedere.
right, okay.
Apart from the dismemberment of St. John de Winter, nothing yet.
You heard about these murders in Thirsk?
I'm sorry.
Pardon?
You've not read papers regarding Thirsk? The robbery?
Yeah.
We're in Sleepmore.
Yeah, but do you not keep abreast of the news in other areas? There was a murder and a robbery, and the murder says that there was dismemberment involved,
Same MO.
which is the same thing that happened to Mr. DeWinder, let alone the information that we might be able to impart with you if you can open your mind.
This is why I want to speak to you both.
So you've got, that's as far as you've got. You know that Mr. DeWinder was dismembered. And that's as far as you've got.
What would you like to speak to us about?
Well, I believe, according to Constable Croker, you believe there seems to be some sort of connection, the killings here and the killings in Holland.
They
And
are.
I am investigating. I am the police officer conducting the investigation into these murders, specifically in Hull. And was there a murder in Thirsk, or was that just a bang?
No, there was a murder in Thirsk and a robbery.
Kind of murders. That was in Hull.
We
No murders in Thirsk.
Inspector, I need to make something clear for you. Our investigations into all of this did not start as being a mission regarding the law. We're not to here as officials of the law force. We would not be able to do this. So I am wondering why you have not contacted the Dutch police regarding this connection. Or have you just discovered this? Have you just found out about the murders that happened in Holland from Mr. Croker?
I think we're jumping ahead of ourselves.
Yeah,
I'm just
I think
trying to
so.
find out how far in the dark you are, sir.
I think we should all sit down and have a chat, share some information.
We may need some stiff drinking. I don't think this is a good place.
It's a police station. It's a great place.
We are actually in the middle of doing something that might be quite pertinent to what's going on right now, and I don't think we've really got that much time to disclose everything we know, Devon.
We got 10 minutes or so.
What we can do, Inspector Webley, is ask you to accompany us, which would be an honor. We already have help from the Dutch police with Inspector Pete Timbergen, a very competent man in his own field. It would be a delight to have you come with us. We would be able to explain things on the way.
On the way to where?
Thirsk.
So, what is your interest in these murders?
As I
Why are
said
you investigating?
as I have already said, it has nothing to do with the law. It has more to do with the oogie boogie, as my grandpa would say. I don't have time to speak about it, just sitting here doing nothing. But we can speak about it in transit while we travel to where we need to go. We were literally coming here to inform the Constable Croker, of what we know so far, and what we were going to do. So,
Well, don't let me stop you.
well,
What do you know so far?
you may as well listen to what the information was we have from Mr. Croker. Now, Constable Croker, as you well know, after being downstairs in the hidden area, and after reading the book, and seeing the news today regarding the murder in Thirsk, we have a strong idea that the gem is being held by somebody and they've got as far as Thirsk, and they're on their way here. And our original idea of going to find out about the book seems a little bit moot if the actual perpetrator is already on his way. Also to
What
give,
makes you
and also to give the opportunity to come along with us if you wish.
think the perpetrator's on his way to Sleepmore?
Who said that?
Inspector Webley.
We don't have time for that, I'm afraid, right now. That we can explain on the way. Mr. Croker, would you like to come with us? Or do you think you should be here just in case he gets here? Do you have a description of the man that they're looking for, Mr. Croker?
You mean Tanner?
No, Mr. Peter
No.
Davis.
Davy?
Mr.
Yes,
Peter
there
Davis.
is.
Yeah, if he comes into the if he comes into the
If
village,
we
we
could,
think
I
he
had
might be
to stay
very
here.
dangerous.
In fact, is there any way of being able to keep an eye on the arrivals from the train station? Because anybody getting into this village could easily arrive by train unnoticed.
Why are you so eager to leave Sleepmore to go to Thirsk?
Because it's where the latest crime has happened that fits the mode of operation of all of the other murders.
What do you
So,
hope
yeah.
to find there?
I'm sorry, I interrupted you, Inspector. Sorry.
What do you hope to find there?
You know, we never know what we may find, and I don't like to project into the future in that way. Sometimes I can't even foresee what's going to happen. But the MO, as I said, fits all of the other murders that we discovered that happened in Holland. That I can easily tell you right now. Devon, do you think it would be a good idea if the constable stayed here and kept an eye on the station?
It's his police station. Do what he wants.
Depends how much he doesn't want murder happening in the village. I would rather be warned and do something than be warned and not do something thinking it's not gonna happen. And then when it happens, go, oh no, I wish I'd taken the warning.
I'm still not sure of your connection to this, to these.
Well, of course you're not. We haven't told you anything yet.
I think we should tell him
Well-
now, Tulip.
Can we-
Tell me now?
Yeah, exactly.
Can we go to Thirsk? I mean, not that there's an urgency or anything, but there is a complete urgency to get to Thirsk as quick as we can so we can find the actual scene, find out the timeline, and then see how long he's had to travel back here. Or
Maybe we should wait at
do
the
we
station.
simply just stay here and stake out the village?
We stake out the train station, and the road coming in. Let's
You
just
see, Inspector,
Tulip. Let's
as
just lay
things
all
happen-
our cards on the table.
Sure, but as I'm going to explain to the inspector, as we find out things, the situation changes. We have to be very malleable. And now, thinking about it, we may well stay here.
Tulip, you're talking in riddles to the man. Just spill the beans.
Well, I didn't want to until we had time to
Please,
do it.
please,
and now
miss,
it seems
please.
we do.
Please. Sit down, relax, have a cup of tea. Croker, make this lady a cup of
Right.
That sounds like a
Inspector.
good idea.
All this beating around the bush is hurting me.
She pulls out her journal. Hold on. Let me find the relevant section. There. It all started when we got a phone call from the Legacy Institute
Don't tell
asking
him
us
that.
to go to a particular auction and buy some books. We'd also
So you're here.
well, so you want to assume lots of things and not listen to the story yet? By all means, go ahead.
I get it. You're here for the auction.
That's right. We stumbled across the murder. We began to investigate the murder. We found out it might not even be a murder as such. We found out that the murderers traveled to Holland along with Belvedere. He committed suicide in Holland, yet the murders continued. And they come back to good old Blighty.
In a nutshell,
In a nutshell.
Can I just ask quickly, is Tim Bergen smiling at the probable incomprehension that's going on Webley's face? Like, yeah, that's what it feels like, mate.
No, he's not.
He's not. It's far too professional.
Webler? Is that your name, Inspector Webler?
Webley.
Webley?
Webley.
Webley. Are you a spiritual man?
Not really.
You believe in God?
I do.
Do you believe in the devil?
Yes.
You believe the devil's real, right?
Yes. In as real as God, I guess.
Indeed. What if I told you that maybe devils were so real that they could perhaps kill a man, rip him limb from limb, tear his torso apart like no human could do? What if I told you that was real?
May I just say something quickly?
Go ahead.
Being a man of my line of work, I've come across many an evil act caused or with motives some might not be able to
Comprehend.
rationalize in a normal way.
Right.
However, all this nonsense about the devil doing what is obviously a man's crime, I'm not quite open to that sort of way of thinking, if you know what I mean.
Well,
Look
when
at
he
you.
says that the devil,
I'm interested.
there are evil entities that can cross the plane from their existence to our existence. Those also can be maintained after their death using special artifacts of power to channel that power to keep their spirit alive after death.
Well,
Those entities can possess people, they can possess things.
Inspector, what Tulip's trying to say is this. Now, there was a murder here in this area on the grounds of that there manor. The perpetrator, or who you think the culprit is, fled to Holland, killed himself, and yet the same kind of murders continue to happen after his death. Now, how do you account for that? Is it a copycat? If so, it's a dangerous copycat. And they're in England now.
So you believe Belvedere killed De Winter?
It's a possibility.
We do not think that Belvedere killed his friend and we believe lover out of a petulant argument. We believe that Belvedere, at the very least, was controlled by another entity that ripped him apart. But still, the strength required by a human being to tear apart another human being isn't possessed by a normal man. Now, how do you explain that? Also, in all of the crime scenes, forgive me, Mr. Timbergen, and correct me if I'm wrong, but there was no clue, no exit, no witness to the murderer at any point exiting, entering, during, before, or after.
So you think the cause of these deaths is supernatural?
Perfect. We certainly do. The supernatural. Supernatural. Unnatural. Supernatural. I like it. Point that term. Sorry, just going to do a little bit of how long has the word supernatural been around?
Mm-hmm.
I think you'll find it's a lot older than the 1920s.
I'm really hoping so.
Go on then, look it up.
Because I've been wanting to say it for a lot.
Yeah, instead of Oogie Boogie.
Instead of Oogie Boogie.
Well,
Oh,
H.P.
blimey.
Lovecraft.
Hold on. It's a Latin derivative, which
Wow.
says immediately old. Supernatural comes from the Latin word supernaturalis, meaning beyond nature.
There you go. Supernaturalis.
H.P. Lovecraft was writing. I mean, wasn't the first horror writer of the supernatural.
No. I'm literally on about the phrase, the word supernatural. Simply that, not the the understanding of it goes back eons. But yeah, cool. Yes, the supernatural indeed. As my granddad used to call it, the Oogie Boogie.
That's right.
He was Scottish, you know. My uncle, he was Scottish. He was from a place called Glasgow. You've probably heard of it.
Yes, miss, I have heard of Glasgow.
My grandpa was from there.
Given me something to ponder, to think on, with regards to this investigation. My advice to you is to stay in Sleepmore until I contact you on for further questions.
That's interesting you say that. You're lucky we happen to be staying here in Sleemore. Otherwise, I'm afraid we wouldn't be able to comply with that request. Our investigations take us where they take us. However, we will let you know if we were to leave anywhere so that you could always get in contact with us and always let you know when we were coming back.
Yes, I'll hold you to that, Miss Jones.
Fabulous. Where might we be able to contact you and leave messages for you? Would here be good?
You could leave a message with Croker, but they've put me up in some tiny little room in the inn.
Oh, really?
Yeah, then I'll probably be there.
Okay. Inside, she's laughing right up. That tiny little room. I believe I know that room, Inspector. We almost stayed there ourselves.
That's right.
Yes,
So
well, beggars can't be choosers.
Indeed, that's what we thought at the time. So we'll leave a message with Mary behind the bar if we need to contact you or let you know what's happening.
So then you put one straw and I dipped it.
Okay.
Yes, thank you.
But
And I
as
must
we,
say,
as we say it, one of our main suspects is Peter Davies, so be on the lookout for him if he comes in. And if he does come in and he's acting strange, just beware of a jade jam on him. We think that's...
Oh, trust me, I am very eager to question Mr. Davy.
Yeah, I really
Where
don't.
did you say you were staying?
Hmm?
Where did you say you were staying?
Well, we're staying either on the grounds of Sleepmore Manor, or we may well be inside on various chaise lounge couches, or
And such.
possibly a bedroom.
Oh, if I was in need of contacting you, I'd be able to find you at the Sleepmore Manor.
Send a message to the Sleepmore Manor. Yeah, if you need to contact us. Yeah. I mean, you could also leave the same message with Mary, because we would also get that too at some point, if it's easier.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Inspector. It's I think, Devon, I'm feeling a little more positive about the outcomes, because we're getting more of the police force with us.
Mm-hmm. I hear you.
The best allies. Maybe not the most knowledgeable in the field that we're into,
Mm-hmm.
but certainly the greatest of help.
You're right there.
You leave the police station.
Hmm?
You leave the police station?
Yes. Yes.
No, I don't.
No.
I'm
Oh,
asking
okay,
Crocker, what road would you get if you were to come down Thirsk, you were driving? Where would you be entering this quaint little village of ours?
Oh, that would be the A213. Actually, it's a B road. The B3 west out of Sleepmore, I guess.
Am I right?
The B213.
Yeah.
Who lives out there?
No one. It's all moor road. The road goes straight through the moors.
Wow. Could you show us where this road is? Can you show us?
He opens a drawer, brings out a road map, shows you where the village is. See that line that goes all the way through the moor?
Uh-huh.
That's the B213. That'll take you to Thirsk.
Right. And the train station, the local train station, where is that?
We know where the station is. We've already used it.
Have we?
The train is Thirsk.
There's no train to here then.
You got a train to Thirsk, and then you drove. I think you drove from Thirsk to
Here.
Sleepmore.
The only way to actually get in is by road. Brilliant.
Right.
Even better. It's a very pertinent question there, Neil.
Yeah, thanks. Let's drive up that road. Just till we
Make a listen roll as you leave the police station.
74.
96.
I fail.
Failed. Okay.
It was probably the Inspector Webley going,
What a load of
bloody
shit.
hell, it sounds like a right couple of pancakes.
Yeah. Totally.
Never know.
Yeah. Well, we might.
Bloody devils and demons.
Mhm.
Bloody hell, what next?
What next?
Bloody Americans think they can come over and take over my investigation.
Huh.
And he knows fuck all. It's
Mhm.
hilarious. It's hilarious. He went, yeah, I'm in the investigation of that. It's like, What, you mean that's all you've got?
Mm-hmm. I asked Mercy to drive us to
Yeah,
the
let's-
road, and so we can see it, like
To the road on the moor.
to the
Okay.
B132 or whatever it is.
Let me see. Where are we?
Wow, Kevin, I have this wonderful idea.
What's that?
I'm gonna just poke my head back into the police station. We're close enough.
Mm-hmm.
And just ask Croker, Constable Croker, just one more thing. How wide is the road that comes into the village? Is it 2 cars wide, or is it 1 car wide, and people have to be careful to pass each other? Like, is it horse and cart wide only? We have these things called dual carriageways, so one direction for one side and another direction for the other side.
Well, you remember driving in the certain sections of the road are a little bit wider to allow ongoing traffic to pass each other, but it's like a country road, basically. So it's not very wide.
Brilliant. Thank you, Constable Kroger. Run back out. Devin, I have an idea.
Right.
But why don't we park in the most awkward of positions on a very narrow part of the road? We would then block the road, and anyone entering would have to stop to either offer assistance or find out what's going on. And we can maybe have a few loose tire nuts on the car and have the car, like a breakdown.
Sounds like a plan.
So, before we go, can we go and get some provisions? So we need some sandwiches, we need some drink, and maybe some of Mary's homemade pies to keep us sustained over the next few hours. It's fairly early, isn't it? Because we got up in the morning, early in the morning.
Yeah, it's about 9 o'clock, about 9 a.m. now.
It's about what?
9 in the morning.
Sounds that's bang on.
We might be there a while.
We might be there a good 9 to 10 hours.
Let's take an oil lamp then as well, just in case it gets night.
Of course, we will. We'll have all of our supplies. Make sure you have do you have the gun?
I do. It's in the car.
Mr. Pete Timbergen, you're awful quiet there. I hope that you're kind of
On board.
agreeing with what I'm suggesting here. That way we can actually control who enters and who exits the village.
Yeah, perhaps maybe I could stay in the village and speak more with Inspector Webb, him on some information that we gathered in Holland.
I think that
Clue him up.
That's a terrific idea because I believe you're kind of on board, as strange as it is, with what's happening here. And you might be able to, as a fellow policeman, offer the man's mind a little bit more of an opening that he might...
That was my intentions, to maybe make things a little bit clearer to the inspector.
Then, of course, Mr. Timbergen, that was a wonderful idea. I totally agree with you.
I give him the evidence we've collected.
What evidence?
The Black Letter Latin stuff.
Oh, okay.
Anything else that we might have?
Yeah, absolutely. It's nothing that we can't retrieve later on.
What company are you on yours?
No, I think you're right, Inspector. I think you're better off here. If this character is possessed, he might try just driving through our car, So if you see a big explosion up on them moors, you know what it is.
When shall we expect you back in Sleepmore?
Tomorrow
I
morning?
would say, actually, Devon is right. It will be tomorrow morning, and that will probably just to be picking up more supplies. But I think the speed he seems to be traveling, I don't think we'll be waiting that long. But we will be there and
Okay, so you intend to stay the night on the moors.
Yeah, we've
No.
got tents.
the road next to the moors,
Yeah, we're not that. We're going to be near the car.
and we'll have a burning and we'll take out a light that we can keep refreshed with oil so that somebody doesn't accidentally slam into the car in the middle of the night.
That's right. They have to slow down. It's not
So
all
we'll-
car. It's all alone. So don't matter.
And we'll leave that light feet from the car. 2.
What weapons have you got?
I got a shotgun from the mansion.
Or
Yeah.
I have a Wakizashi.
That's it.
That's the only firearm you've got is a shotgun, yeah?
Inspector Tim Burgeon, do you think you could perhaps persuade the detective in there if we could perhaps have a firearm just in case we do come across this man?
But we don't have.
We are in England. They don't believe that they carry weapons
They don't
like
have.
they do in America and Europe.
They don't have
But,
a gun in the police station.
Maybe if you take my revolver to Jones while you're on the moors, I'm pretty sure I won't need it here.
Thank you, Inspector. I will take good care of it and be sure to give it to you back on my return.
Kind of you.
Let me just go back to.
Right.
Nice.
Did you say that was like a 38 that he had or something?
Checking. I'm just checking.
Oh, right, sorry.
Inspector Pete Tinberger. He gives you a 9mm automatic.
Oh,
Does 1d10 damage.
Nice.
nine mil. Auto.
Will.
Devon, are you better with the rifle, or are you better with a handgun?
I haven't really
Okay.
fired a
Take a note of
handgun.
it. Just take a note of this. It's a D10 damage. Base range is 15 yards.
Thank you.
Dalek coming.
3 bullets per round.
Sorry, say that again. Per round?
Up to 3 bullets per round.
Oh, okay.
And it has 6 bullets in the gun. 6-bullet mag. And it malfunctions on 100.
Thank you. So I've got 12 bullets at the moment.
No, you've got 6 bullets, all in the
Oh,
gun.
right. Oh, I thought you said there's 6 in the gun and there's a mag with 6.
No,
Okay.
6 bullets. The gun comes fully loaded, 6 bullets.
Thank you, Inspector.
Mm.
So in the next half hour, we are getting provisions that will keep us going throughout the day.
Mm-hmm.
So we want a lunch, we want a supper, maybe something as a snack later on. Then a breakfast and at least a lunch.
Okay.
Aye. And some lanterns. And our camper tent. Our tent.
Oh, Neil,
Sorry, you broke
sorry,
up then.
I didn't hear that.
I said, and our tent.
So you're going to go back to the manor to pick your tent up.
Mm-hmm.
Your tent's at the manor at the moment, in the garden of the manor.
Yeah. We camped, remember? We camped.
Yeah.
Neil.
Hello?
Yeah, what?
Hello?
There a delay or something?
Yeah.
I think Neil was hearing me on yours, and I can see yours lighting up sometimes. I can see yours lighting up, Neil, when I'm speaking.
I'm here.
Okay, I'm just going to drop my voice a bit.
So the tent you're taking is at the moment pitched at Sleepmore Manor.
We'll grab
You're
it.
going to go back to the manor and grab the tent, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mercy, is it all right if Mercy goes back? Oh, I'm going to continue shopping.
That was awful, that noise. I can hear it myself in Yusuf's window.
Maybe you need to turn me down at your end on the same settings that I've always been on.
But I'm on a headset and mic, so you can't hear you through my mic. We can hear ourselves through your mic. Your
Speak again,
speakers.
Neil.
So listen. La 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 la. La 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 la. It's better now. It's weird. Oh, he's gone.
Okay, we'll leave it as it is at the moment.
Yeah.
So, plan of action.
We split up. Someone to go back and get the tent, and someone to get supplies for the next 24 hours. So how long did it take us to get here by car from the manor? Was it about? It's about 20 minutes, isn't it? Didn't you say?
About 15, 20 minutes, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. So that by 9:45, we're on our way to the B1.
1, 2, 3.
The B1213.
Yeah. Yep. Pitching a tent. Reading our books.
Do you want to do Neil? Neil, do you want to go back and grab the tent, or do you want to do the provisions?
I mean, do we even have to roleplay it?
It doesn't matter, and I'm hoping we can just go.
Yeah, can we go snap? We'll pitch the tent and we're at the road.
What the fuck is that information?
Unless there's some information at Sleepmore that we don't have already. Okay, this is only a suggestion, but maybe you could ask whether Vanessa wants to come with us for the stakeout.
Put her at risk?
Didn't she have a gun?
I can't remember.
You said, do I recall Vanessa having a gun when we were doing that investigating in the house looking for more secret passageways? I've got an idea she had some sort of weapon. And she didn't need the crowbar.
No, she's got a garden fork.
Oh, is that what she had? Forget what I said.
Prothero had a
Prothero had a revolver. Or a 38.